What do you say to your team after this?
Yeah, we acknowledge where we are, which is, we're not very good right now. We understand that. And certainly this is a low point for us. The silver lining in it all is it is in front of us, and we control that, and we understand that. So acknowledging that we're not in a good place as a team right now, we're not playing anywhere near the ball we need to be able to play to put ourselves in a good position at the end of the season, but understanding that we are in the fight, and we need to continue to stay in the fight and understand that we control all this with our play. And, this doesn't feel good when you're getting your teeth kicked in and you have a bad road trip or you're going through a tough stretch. But we gotta, we gotta deal with it. We gotta acknowledge where we're at and come ready to compete our ass off on Friday and believe that that's the day we turn it around. So, and if it's not, we keep going. And that's the focus. Acknowledging where we're at. We're nowhere near where we want to be. But understanding that, we are capable and we can change. We control the story, and that's on us.
You've remained steadfast in your belief of this team and their ability to turn it around. Do you think they believe in that clubhouse?
I do. It's hard. It's hard when you're going through it, and you have a number of guys that are struggling. And I've been there as a player, certainly, where the game gets real hard, and you're going through a tough stretch. But I also know at their core, and certainly I experienced that at my core, like you know what you're capable of, and we got to pull it out. I mean, we can talk about it. We'll talk about it every day, right? But in the end, we got to go do it, and we understand we've got a long way to go, and we got to be better. Tough for him to be out, and then he comes back and had a rough go of it today. He wants to help this team turn it around, and I think probably that prevented him from doing something that he didn't want to do, which is yell at a fan or yell at somebody. Not the reaction you want, and not, we've talked about it. But when you're in the arena and you're going through it, sometimes you do things, you don't necessarily want to engage in. And, hopefully he'll learn from that and move on. But I think it was better than getting into a shouting match or doing something that he would regret.
Do you want to see that every once in a while from guys when they're struggling?
I don't know. I don't. Everyone's different. I used to throw my helmet sometimes, or snap, or get mad. It's not for everyone. It doesn't mean, I don't need to. Everyone's different. Be authentic. I know we all care a lot. All right, and sometimes in this game, when you get beat up a little bit and you're taking your lumps, it comes out in certain ways. Obviously, there's a line. You got to be a professional, right? But everyone reacts a little bit different.
Aaron, you had a conversation with him. What did you say?
With Tom? I just wanted to talk to him about the inning, and then making sure we're in a good spot. That was between me and him. It wasn't anything around that.
And back to Rodon, why was it such a struggle for him this afternoon?
It's just not good enough command. Again, and that kind of sunk him a little bit in Colorado. I thought his first outing at home against the Cubs, just delivery-wise, he was so tight and strong. I felt like today he was coming out of his delivery some, and so he'd have some non-competitive pitches at times. But ultimately, it comes down to he's just not commanding it at the level he needs to yet. And obviously, we all gotta help him get there. The good thing is he's back, he's built up, he's healthy, and now we just got to get him, like Carlos.
The 42 strikeouts are a Yankees record for a 3-game series. I know that today's game is a lot different than a lot more strikeouts in today's game, but 42 strikeouts in the series is obviously a lot.
That's a record?
Yeah.
Yeah, we stink right now. We acknowledge that.
Are you seeing competitive at-bats or that they're striking out, or not enough of them?
No, we got to be better. Like we understand that. I think today, middle of the game, got a little bit tough seeing, for hitters, but we understand that that's not good enough. 42, that ain't cutting it. We all understand where we're at. At times, we're seeing some guys make some progress and move the needle a little bit and get a little bit healthier and towards where they need to be as hitters. But we still got a ways to go.
How does that hamstring an offense when you strike out that many times?
Look, we're not scoring enough. So it's about scoring points, so we got to put points on the board. And, anytime you punch out, you don't give yourself a chance. But it's not all about the punch out. Last night against Sandoval was more, we weren't able to square them up at all. We were off the barrel. And, we got to do a better job of that.
Aaron, early in this one, it looked like you maybe had a little something going offensively. Frenchie Cordero gets thrown out at third. Base running in general on this road trip. Just what do you make of it?
A guy trying to be aggressive, with one out there, obviously you got to read it, but he's reading it as in the hole, so thinking I got to score. The wrong read. Probably inconsequential in that they're going to get an out on that play regardless. So it's one of the tough reads as a base runner when that ball goes on the ground where you think it's in the hole, where you want to be able to score if it gets through, but you got to be uber aware of where the defense is and make that split second read, and he just didn't good enough there.